We're making crispy and delicious chicken parm meatballs, and I just know you're gonna absolutely love them. They would be fantastic for a party, and I know what you're thinking, chicken parm meatballs for a party, but if you're having Friendsgiving, any kind of fall gathering, maybe around the holiday season, you're feeling spiffy and you're having people over and you want to serve something really yummy, you have to have these chicken parm meatballs on the table. And you can assemble them ahead of time, fry them last minute. And I don't mind a little frying action around the time, around the holidays if my friends are over. Part of the charm, Who cares? We're gonna get started right away by hydrating some breadcrumbs. I've got equal parts breadcrumbs to milk. This is gonna add not only bulk, but also it's gonna tenderize your chicken, and when you cook it, it just becomes super delish-schmelish. But you're gonna wanna set these aside for a few minutes while you work on everything else, because it's gonna start absorbing that milk, and that is what you want. Okay, you're gonna have, of course, ground chicken. I already have my ground chicken in a bowl, along with a good handful of Parmigiano. You could use Pecorino, but I'm a Parmigiano Reggiano kind of fan because I find Pecorino to be really overpowering, and it's just not my top favorite to add in everything. Because here's the thing, if you want things to taste like super strong, pungent cheese, then you use a Pecorino. But if you want things to be really balanced, where there's saltiness, there's cheesiness, there's goodness, and you can taste everything else in it, you use Parm. I'm gonna go ahead and give my parsley a really, really good chop so that it incorporates evenly. Add that straight in. Now with that, I want some garlic. I'm gonna go ahead and grate mine in. This is my coarse grater, so I'll do a couple of small cloves, because I like it pretty pungent today. But if you don't want it to be as strong, I suggest just using one, because when you grate the garlic, it becomes so much stronger. A really good pinch of salt, a good grinding, or 2 or 3, of freshly ground black pepper. I need to refill that baby. We're down to nothing. And let's check. Oh yeah, see what happened? That is what you want. Put that in there. I'm gonna also add a really good sprinkle of garlic and herb seasoning. This is my favorite garlic and herb seasoning. You get a lot of punch, and I love that for us. Clean hands. I'm sorry, but that is, hold on, an egg. I almost forgot the egg. I was like, wait, something's missing. And an egg. A clean hand, and you're gonna come in here and mix this all together. Now I find that this really works best if you put this mixture in the fridge for like 20 minutes or so. So I'm just gonna mix it really well, pop it into the fridge, and I'm gonna leave it in there, like I said, about 20 minutes. Make sure you cover it, and I'll see you in 20 minutes when we start forming them and all that jazz. Before we get to the chicken mixture, I just wanna get my dredging station ready. So we've got flour, a mixture of parm, panko, and regular breadcrumbs with some salt. I like the mixture of all three. You get flavor and really sort of perfect coating in terms of coverage and texture. And then just a couple of eggs with just a splash of milk and some salt beaten together. Whisk those around, just sort of like I said, like a chicken parm vibe. Do you know what I mean? I also have some low moisture mozzarella that I've cut into little cubes, and that's gonna be for the stuffing. I'm actually gonna first make my meatballs, then dread them. I've got a neutral oil coming to temperature. I have a little bowl with some water, because I find that you roll chicken meatballs best if your hands are damp, because they can be quite sticky. Remember, this was in the fridge. I'm gonna show you how I do this. You gotta take a little bit, don't make them too big, okay? Dampen your hands a little bit. Take a piece of your cheese. Don't make them too big. You're gonna, there like that. And I'm just gonna continue to roll them. Now that they're ready, you're just gonna roll them in your flour. Dip them into your beaten egg mixture, and then coat them in the breadcrumbs. And this is the part where you can do ahead of time you can bread them ahead of time and then just cook them when you want to cook them. So say you have a party and you're like, you know what, I don't really feel like spending all of my time, you know, rolling meatballs as my guests arrive. You can just do this ahead of time and then cook them last minute. And I know I'm gonna have questions about whether or not you can make this in an air fryer. I don't know because I have not done it. If you know me, you know how I feel about breaded things in the air fryer. I just don't think that they taste good. But that's a personal thing. Total personal preference. That was a goo of egg. I just don't think you get this sort of beautiful signature crispy crust situation. So I'm gonna go ahead and bread some more. I'm gonna cook them in batches, and then we'll start cooking some. Breading the last of them, but I want to start cooking some. Dropping them into my hot oil. Make sure your oil is not too hot, otherwise you burn the outside and you don't actually get a chance to cook the inside of your meatballs. And they'll take 5 to 6 minutes, so just keep an eye on them. Flip them around every now and then so that they get cooked really nice and evenly. And I'm just going to continue to bread the rest. I'm actually going to pop the rest of them in the fridge and cook them up tomorrow fresh because I've got a couple people coming over and we'll love to pick on these. They're gonna be delicious. So just keep an eye on them and then be done. Look at how gorgeous. They cooked for about, I think it was about 6 minutes or so. They were gorgeous. That one started to pop out a little. And they're crispy crunch. I love it. Okay, set them on there like that for just a second. How you wanna serve them? You can serve them literally like that if you want to. You can also make really small ones for like a cocktail party. That would be sensational. I'm taking some marinara sauce or any sauce. You could do this with vodka sauce, marinara sauce, like whatever your heart desires at that time. The bottom of a shallow bowl, nestle your meatballs right in. I mean, this is what I would do. You could do another little on top of each one. Okay, some fresh basil. I don't have any handy right now, but you know, fresh basil would be nice. And then of course, you could also broil some mozz on top, but you know. Let's dig into this. You guys, listen. Listen. You just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. Hot. Hot. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 10 out of 10. Make my eyes water because they're just so hot. 10 out of 10. You gotta go to laurainthekitchen.com for the written recipe. You gotta make them. Just do yourself a favor, make them. Everybody will be so happy. You can do this with a side of pasta, nice dinner, nice twist on a Sunday chicken parm. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.